can we get into Chris's question about what got me into herbs?
Yeah, I have them right here. I just was
Excellent.
easing into this list.
I don't want to rush you. Just you kind of already asked it.
You're really putting me over the coals here. You're really pushing me.
Hey, we only got so much time, brother.
Okay.
And we got giveaways.
Yeah, I have questions here collected from social media, Instagram, Facebook, in the lodge, from lots of different people that chimed in and wanted me to ask Jamie Schmotzer these questions live. And we'll start right now with a question from Chris Dutton. How you doing, Chris? I hope you're watching. What influenced you to learn about herbs and medicinals, or what set you on your path that you're on now?
Yeah, so I've really thought a lot about that question over the years, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. It might sound a little silly. I think I might have actually told you this before, but David Carradine is why. In the pilot episode of Kung Fu, okay, you've got Kwai Chang Caine hiking across the desert, okay, with his haversack and bedroll and the whole thing. And he gets to whatever town, and he goes into the bar, saloon, and he asks for a glass of water. And of course, David Carradine is as white as I am, but everybody calls him a Chinaman because they're trying to make it in the show like he's from China, right?
Right.
And after he finally gets the water, he pulls out of his haversack a few pouches of herbs, and he puts some herbs into the water, and as he's talking to the bartender about how, the bartender asked him where he was coming from, and he said he just crossed the desert, and like nobody could do that. What does he do first thing? He goes and gets some water, and he puts some herbs in it. And I think for me, it sort of really does. I'll go, what is that one singular moment where I first understood or had some concept of like, wow, plants have some kind of power to them, was from watching the pilot episode of Kung Fu, the series with David Carradine.
That was a while ago, man. You know how many years ago that was?
That was in the 70s.
You're old.
Dude, you're older than me. I'll turn 46 in April, so
yeah, we're
I don't want to hear it.
We're old.
But my grandmother, she played a part as well. She was born in 1914, and growing up, basically two things stand out. She made the best elderberry jelly I've ever had, and so I love elderberries, I do. But why? Because I was raised eating elderberry jelly on toast with Philadelphia cream cheese from when I was a little kid.
Oh man, that's good.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Jelly, how you've got that liquid in there that just pours out. Yeah. Pour that on the Philadelphia cream cheese, and let me tell you, man, that is amazing. But I didn't look at it as a medicinal. I've just had a taste for elderberries since as long as I can remember. And the other thing that she made was a spearmint jelly. And to this day, people associate mint jelly with eating lamb and stuff like that. And you've gotten it here. That stuff is always crap. But the spearmint jelly that grandma used to make, dude, that's for real.
I think there's a difference between spearmint and the non-sweet mint jelly for lamb. You know what I mean? Mint jelly isn't sweet, is it?
Dude, the way she made it, it was, sweet, but it just wasn't the processed kind of crap that
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never gotten a good. Yeah,
I've had it one time and it was horrible.
That's what I'm saying. But her spearmint jelly, I just called it, grandma's mint. And let me tell you, every place I've ever lived, I've planted mint that originally came from her backyard.
That's
And
cool.
my parents have it. My sisters have it. I could give you 8 different locations where I can find that mint, and I know what kind of mint that is. That's grandma's mint.
So you're saying the dried mint in the seeds, you have this grandfather plant that you or grandmother plant that you can keep planting. You have that?
That's what we've been doing. Yeah, it's from the same species or whatever as from my grandma's backyard. Yep.
I
And
don't
it
want to
smells
take
just like it.
I don't want to take from this interview or anything like that, but that reminds me, I was gifted some Indian tobacco, like the real deal tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 200-year-old tobacco. It's the same strain.
Mm-hmm.
It's just considered big medicine. It's probably
Yeah.
not as
Yeah.
refined or anything else like what tobacco leaves are today, but it is honest to goodness from the Delaware nations
Wow.
from 200 years ago. So that's pretty cool. That's really neat. Really neat.
That's awesome. So I guess from there, my journey from Kung Fu back in the 70s and being raised with the elderberries and mint jelly from my grandmother. If we fast forward even into high school, um, there was a girl that I liked. And on the way to her house was a health food store. And every once in a while, I'd stop in the health food store and I'd buy some vitamins and herbs, and I'd start learning about stuff. And so part of that started with you buying herbal preparations and using them and learning about them by going to the store, buying it, using the herbs. That sort of led later to, getting into what now we call bushcraft. When you and I were growing up, that wasn't even a word that we knew, but you're getting into that and thinking, well, why not just make some of this stuff? And then that led to me making stuff, giving it away for Christmas and things like that, and people really liking it, and thinking, well, gee, what else can I do with this? How else can I grow into this? Because a lot of people like the stuff, but they don't know how to make it. They don't know how easy it is to make, but they all
Right.
love it. So why not do that? And then I got into different Facebook groups, and I joined some subscription websites too. One of them being Herb Mentor. Took some classes from the Herbal Academy, different things like that. Asked around. I wouldn't hesitate to make friends with an herbalist and ask them, what's this book or that book? What do I need? And just relying on their wisdom and doing a lot of reading. And
when you just said that, man, with all them books in the background, they may not all be herbalist books or anything about medicine like that, but
not a single one of them.
In honestly, it isn't like me hearing you say that. Like, I don't want to shortcut and be lazy. I want to cut to the chase and ask people like you, what is going to help me with this ailment or something?
Right.
What can help me? I don't want to go get a book. I'd rather talk to somebody that's experienced and say, look, man, help me out. What can I do? And like I said, I'm not being lazy. I just want to get fixed, and I want to do it naturally.
Right.
So that's what would drive me to ask somebody like you for a quick answer, not being lazy, because there's all kinds of information out there, but I also want to know what works through firsthand experience,
Yeah. And that's actually a good segue into what I'm calling family herbalism. Look, Jamie, there are tons of subjects or conditions or issues people have that I don't know anything about, because what I'm focused on is me and my family, right? So my wife and I don't have any autoimmune diseases, so I don't know a whole lot about that, because I'm into what do I need to know for my family. I'm not a clinical herbalist. My specialty isn't having people come to me and ask, what about this, that, and the other thing. What I'm trying to do is take care of me and my family. Now, of course, that has expanded to, my immediate family, outward to include friends and all of that. But so many conditions that I don't know about because I haven't had to deal with it.
I think and I think there's going to be in a question here soon. I think what we should all focus on within our own family and family group is the 5 top ailments, or the five top sicknesses, or the 5 things to prevent against. Because I don't think I've been sick 5 times in a year. Yeah, I've had a tummy ache, or yeah, I've had a headache or something like that, some aches and pains. But I don't remember a time where I've been sick more than a handful of times throughout the year. And I bet you a lot of those times, if I was really paying attention to my body, I could have probably prevent that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Preventative maintenance, if you will.
Absolutely. Right. No doubt about it. And, you know, my wife is a teacher, and she is on a very specific regimen so that she has a better chance of not getting a cold or a flu, because where's she at? She's going to a school with snotty-nosed kids all day. They happen to be in high school, but they're still snotty-nosed kids too, you know?
Still kids. Still lots of people, lots of stuff going around.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jamie Schmotzer. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, the notification bell, all that good stuff you know about. But if you're interested in more content like this, you may want to join the Old World Alliance Facebook group. It's called The Lodge. And a quick link to get there will be in the description box below, owalodge.com. And if you're interested in exclusive content that will not be available anywhere on YouTube, you might want to become a member and subscribe to the Old World Alliance. And you can do that by clicking on the link below for jointheowa.com. Thank you very much.